All right, welcome into our simulcast here on 92.7 and also up on the new 96.7. It is Memorial Day and we are broadcasting live on both our Facebook page as well as the brand new, all new 96 and 92.7. Memorial Day Parade is coming up here. It is 9 o'clock. It is the top of the hour. We are WLKE FM and WGGQ FM and W27AQ FM Fond du Lac. TV 27, by the way. We're also up on our new Facebook page that will be colee.net and also up on our Colee networking page up on Facebook and as well as the IKH Networks Facebook page here. It is Memorial Day. It's time to celebrate the ultimate sacrifice, those who gave their lives so we can celebrate this. The official event starts right up here, so we're going to make sure our engineers are aware of it. We're actually simulcasting right now here on 3 locations, Channel 27 and 96 and 92.7 as well as our 2 Facebook pages. So with that being said, here we go, folks. We have a front row street here up on the Colee network, as well as the official IKH Media, IKH Radio page here. So you can see we have a bunch of classic cars here, as well as potentially our parade goers here, the people that make the parade possible. As you can see, yep, there they are, the parade goers, people that are making this parade possible here. All right, here folks, it's time to go up live here. We have a couple of people over there probably getting ready for the parade as well. I want to make sure we also have this up on our regular Facebook page as well before the parade starts. All right. Want to make sure we do have a cross post here. Should be able to confirm that pretty easy here up on the original IKH Networks page and then also the Colee Network page here. Yep, there it is. All right. So we have our veterans up there, and parade should be starting soon. Beautiful day too. The wind is not all that bad. It's going to be a high of 88 degrees today. Tonight a low of 75 degrees. Our top of the hour news will be just after 11 o'clock, so we will not have our top of the hour news so that we can, of course, bring you the Memorial Day Parade. This is TV 27 as well, by the way, and also 96.7 and 92.7 Fond du Lac. should have gone back. That will be the instrumentals, by the way, that you're hearing there. That is the local and state instrumental band there, by the way. I would say the event is about to kick off, folks. We'll keep you up to date right here on the TV27 broadcast, as well as our official IKH website. Give your American slave there. The event is just about to start here, folks. I was want to put out there, we're on 96.7, 92.7, as well as TV27. Also streaming live up on our Facebook page as well. Alright, looks like the event is going to be starting here shortly. That's probably our last civilian here before the event. I think they're over there, by the way. I think the parade might actually be starting down that way. Not sure though. Alright. Actually looks to be starting that way, so we're gonna have to head that way to bring the broadcast live, I think is how this works. One last time, this is 96.7 FM Fond du Lac and 92.7, the all new 92, 96.7, as well as the brand new TV27 Fond du Lac. It is Memorial Day. It's going to be a beautiful day, a high of 88. Some nice breezy weather, so it isn't going to be all that hot. Here's a look at our local middle school here in Fond du Lac, here up on TV 27 and 96.7 as well. Oh. And the parade should be starting very soon here. We'll keep you up to date here on the new 96, 92.7. As you can see, we have the various event goers coming in, so we're going to follow the lead here up on our broadcast. And there we go, that is the police car that starts it all, folks. So we are going to follow the event here. All right, here we go. Hey, Jeremy. We're actually live on the air right now. We're broadcasting. This is our first official community broadcast. Kind of interesting. Our very first broadcast on the new 92 and 96.7 as well as TV 27. Got here just in time as well. And my guess is that would be our police chief here in town. I actually never got to meet our police chief, but like with many parades, I'm guessing this will be our head of police here in town. I want to say thank you for his service in our community as well. And you have your local middle school band right there as well. They're going to be introducing the parade today. And we actually got to see a bunch of beautiful vintage cars along with many different flags showing the various armed forces and also our military personnel. A great tribute this holiday season today. Surprisingly, not a lot of people. Normally it's a lot more packed. But I'd say it's definitely a good turnout in terms of parade attendees. Various schools, various veterans, and active service members. Various car show. I think it's going to be a good event. By the way, it's our first official broadcast here on 92.7 and 96.7 as well as TV 27. So this is going to be interesting here, folks. We're actually powered today by Verizon Wireless, allowing us to bring you community events without needing a Wi-Fi connection. It's really cool for us. You can see instruments are going with. You have your various flags right there, various school pride, which is awesome to see kids taking pride in their schools. You have your school bus right there. I'm sure they're dropping off a bunch of extra people here for the parade. Alright, there we go, folks. The police car is on the way, so it means the parade is starting, folks. More than likely, the parade will be starting shortly here. Yep, and they are bringing more kids off the bus. This is a really cool thing. You've got a lot of different schools showing their school pride and also taking part in the community. That's awesome. Really good to see our kids out in the community supporting our veterans and active service members on this holiday. Again, we are 92.7, 96.7, and TV 27 Fond du Lac. Wow, we've got more buses lined up here, folks. This is going to be a really amazing parade, folks. I can just tell. We have another bus lining up. This is awesome. We're actually right in front of the police department here in Fond du Lac, the City of Police Department. And for those wondering, the parade route, for those wondering, for those that are watching on Channel 27 or listening on 92.7 or 96.7, the parade route actually starts right here up on West Reese Street. And the corner of Main and Reese Street here. I want to make sure we emphasize that for those who may very well be watching on TV 27 or listening on 92.7 or 96.7. Again, the parade is just getting started. We have a bunch of people lining up here, so it's really incredible in terms of what we're seeing for the community lineup here. We actually got to preview a bunch of vintage cars as well during our pre-game show, as we like to call it here, from 92.7 as well as 96.7. I will go on a whim here and just kind of show you what it looks like here in downtown Fond du Lac here as we get prepared for the big event here. An incredible turnout, to say the least, an incredible turnout. We have people lining up all across the city here. You have people lining up all across downtown. You've even got people at the old Taco John's location too. It's just incredible, the turnout here. And you have your police car. I'm assuming that's actually going to be the police car that kicks off the event here. We'll find out here, along with our viewers here on Channel 27 and 92 and 96.7. And there is an instrument going along with, so they are participating in the festival, as you can see. Numerous schools lining up here. It's incredible. Awesome to see people taking part in their community. Alright, I think the parade's starting here, folks. All right. Still wonderful nonetheless. Here for the first ever broadcast on TV 27 and 96 and 92.7. That is an incredible set of members here. You have high school, probably even more than that. You have a couple of middle schools, and so much more too. You have blinking light down there, probably police officer reminding people it's closed up until 12 o'clock today. So I'll put that out there too. And for those wondering, here it is, the start of the, I think we have another school bus here. Another school bus here, just for those wondering. This is what it looks like, a live look here at the festival here. And then you have our police officer right down there. My guess is he is going to be the one starting the event, so we'll keep you up to date here. There's another police officer here. And we have yet another police officer here, so, alright. I would go on a whim and say that the parade is probably starting shortly here. This is the all-new Channel 27 and the all-new 96 and 92.7 getting ready to broadcast live both audio and video of the event. You can listen online at IKHradio.com as well, where we are also on the air as well at 92.7 here in Fond du Lac, as well as 96.7 here in the combined building as well. So, getting ready for our first live broadcast. Alright, the parade is starting. On the way, folks. Service. Wow, we have a large turnout today. Hello. Good. And this is going to be the Edgewood Parade attendees here on Channel 27, by the way. We are 92.7, 96.7, and TV 27, our first ever live broadcast powered by Verizon Wireless. I think we're on the way to getting started here, folks. A wonderful turnout nonetheless to the parade here. It is very, very likely it's going to be starting in the very quick future here. You have your community services right there. My God, oh, they're in the way here, folks. Whoops. Alright, there we go, live look here. That is going to be this, probably the start of the parade here. Oh, I see what they're doing here. So to make sure it's a safe event, they're actually going to be closing the road off completely. Good idea to always have safety during large festivals like this. Again, we are TV 27. 92.7 and 96.7, bring you live coverage of today's festival, the Memorial Day Parade. You have the funnel at Cardinals right there. Thank you for your service. the band members from Fondy Cardinals are lining up here, as you can see live footage here on TV 27. And there is our police chief right there. The parade's probably going to be starting very shortly here. Yep, there we go. We've got our classic cars here, folks. We're going to do a zoom out on the live here so you can actually get a full view here. One last time, we're on 92 and 96.7. We're also on TV 27, the brand new Exchange 104 studios here in Fond du Lac. And we have some American flags, so we're going to put our hand on our heart here. A wonderful turnout nonetheless. We've got more and more people showing up here. It's a wonderful turnout nonetheless. Wow, that's incredible. An interesting, creative little vehicle there. We're going to try to get a higher up picture here for our TV 27 audience here. Not that it would impact our 92 and 96.7 broadcast, but nonetheless. We're also streaming this up on our Facebook as well, for those who don't have access to TV 27. Cardinals getting started here. They're going to be starting us off. And then we have various middle schools up that way, for those wondering as well. We have a couple of wonderful classic cars back that way. We actually got to see them during our pre-game broadcast, as we like to call it. We got to see all these cars. Very coordinated event. I like how they're putting safety first. That's a big thing with current events. I really do like how they're putting safety first. I really like this. I'd like to say thank you to that first responder for their service as well. We have our new police officer there as well. A lot of new police officers in the community. It's kind of cool, refreshing as well to see new law enforcement in the community as well. So you have a couple of these coordinated, which is awesome. So we actually are going to be showcasing this. This is actually going to be the start of the event, by the way, for those wondering. This is where they're going to be starting the event. And that is probably going to be our lead police officer for the event here. Again, this is a live look here on TV 27, as well as 92 and 96.7 Fond du Lac. Again, we have our Fondy Cardinals there. We've got various middle schoolers down that way. And here we go. This is going to be the beginning of the event, folks. There we go. Want to make sure we get a good look. I think the best way to go about this would actually be to go right next to this car so we can actually get a really good live look at the event here. Sometimes it zooms in and out, but other than that, I think we're golden at this point. Thank you for your service. I'm good.
Good to hear. Nice day for a parade, right?
Yeah. I'd like to say hello. What's your name? Are you the police chief here in town?
Fire chief.
Fire chief. Well, it's nice to meet you in person.
Meet you too, brother.
Yeah, we're the new 92 and 96.7 here in Fond du Lac.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Cool.
It's just me. I run the whole thing.
You're right.
Yep. We're also on TV 27, so that's why I'm saying nice to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you.
Yep. Thank you for your service. We have our Fond du Lac Cardinals here, folks. Our various members of first responders here getting prepared for the Memorial Day parade here. This fire truck will be starting off the parade. Up that way you have your various branches of the armed forces there. The different branches up there. It does look like the parade is about to start, folks, here, and that being said, we are actually going to go this way then, to make sure we get the full coverage here. Again, we are going to do one last identification, 92.7, 96.7, and TV 27 here. Again, live coverage here, folks, of the Fond du Lac Memorial Day Parade. We're actually going to rotate the lines here so you can actually see the event better here. Again, a live look here at the Fond du Lac Parade here. I think this is actually the best view we can get here, folks. A beautiful turnout here, by the way. Many members in our community here today. it really is a beautiful thing. They have many great safety measures in place, which is awesome. I really do appreciate all the coordination that goes into these events. It's a marvelous thing. Again, we're also streaming online on our Facebook pages, also on TV 27, 92, and 96.7 as well on your FM dial, and also on 66 AM as well. That would be 6:60 AM as well, for those wondering. give a classic car a ramp that way. Guess they're gonna be turning that way and they moving. They're gonna be going to the left. Nope, never mind. And here we go, folks. The parade is officially starting. We have our decorated, highly active cop car, which tells not just the public but media as well that the parade's about to start. The official honk means the parade is about to start. Thank you, officer, for your service. Alright, the parade is on the way here for those listening on 92.7, 96.7, as well as TV27. We're also up on our Facebook page as well. My apologies. We have North Fond du Lac here. Impressive turnout.
by making it secure. This way we have buildings that nobody can drive in from the driveway.
Alright, that will do it from us. We're going to head back to the studio at Exchange 104. That will do it from us. We're going to be broadcasting the end of the festival up on our way back to the studio here. So you'll actually get to see the end of it, and then we're also going to be broadcasting the Veterans Memorial Park broadcast too. We're actually going to keep it right here for those up at the transmitter side Exchange 104. We'll have you switch to a test pattern, and we'll actually bring it back to the patriotic music right here on 92 and 96.7 on Black. Again, a great turnout here this week, this year for the Memorial Day event. A very wonderful turnout. You can see all these wonderful people in our community all lined up. Hello. So we are going to be following up to Veterans Memorial Park here for the other part of the event, and we're actually going to keep it right here on 92 and 96.7. We're not going to actually switch back to the music here. We're going to continue the live broadcast on 92 and 96.7, and we're also going to make sure our engineers keep it on channel 27 as well. So we bring you the live coverage of it, like the end of the line coverage here. We got a great view of the event. We are now up on our way to the next part, which is Veterans Memorial Field for said ceremony. Again, a beautiful turnout here. You can see all these wonderful community goers here. Thank you for your service. Hello.
Thank you for your time and your announcements in front of Black.
Thank you. Again, a great turnout by our community here. Again, this is TV 27, 92 and 96.7 Fond du Lac. So the next thing up is the Veterans Memorial event. And we're going to be broadcasting that along with this live here on TV 27, 92.7 and 96.7. A wonderful turnout by our community here. All the wonderful business and community lined up right here, folks. service. Again, a great turnout in our community, as you can see. We are 92 and 96.7 and TV 27, Fond du Lac. We'll have the live coverage of the Veterans Memorial coming up in just a few minutes here. Thank you for your service. Hello. Thank you for your service. An incredible turnout, nonetheless. We are 92, 96.7 and TV 27. We're going to be up next at the Veterans Memorial Park for the next part of the event here. And there it is, our transmitter site exchange at 104, the combined building. That's not where we're going to be going. We're going to be headed off to Veterans Park for the second part of the event here. A wonderful turnout, to say the least. An amazing turnout. Incredible look at Main Street here. Wow, an impressive turnout here on Main Street. turnout. Now, normally what we would do is we would go back up to the roof, and we would switch over to our normal programming, but we're going to keep it right here on 92 and 96.7 here. We're also going to keep it right here for the veterans event, right here on TV 27. So stick right here, no commercials either today. Incredible turnout. Again, we will be covering the Veterans Day broadcast. So, the Veterans Memorial Park event, we'll have it live right here on TV 27, 96 and 92.7. An incredible turnout this week, this year actually, an incredible turnout. W27AQ and WLKE and WGGQ 96 and 92.7. Incredible turnout once again here this year, an incredible turnout. By the way, this is the first time as the new 96 and 92.7 FM and also the all-new TV 27 Fond du Lac's all-new broadcaster in town. An incredible turnout nonetheless. Now normally we would switch back to our normal programming. We're going to keep it right here because the Veterans Day Memorial Park event is coming up and we are going to be broadcasting that live. So don't go anywhere. We're 92.7, 96.7, and TV 27 Fond du Lac. Alright, and there we go. We're up at the next step of the broadcast here. Here is the Veterans Memorial Park. So, don't go anywhere. We are TV 27, 92 and 96.7, continuing Next. An incredible turnout too. Thank you for your service. Yep. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. So normally what we would do is we'd switch back to regular programming, but this is the first year we're going to cover the whole parade in full. So there's actually a Memorial Day event going on up here, so we're going to head up this way. And we're going to bring this to you live. We are W27AQ, and we are also 92.7 WLKE and WGGQ 96.7. So we're going to be broadcasting this here. There we go, up there. Thank you for your service. So while we're in the interim between events, let's give you a recap of your weather forecast. A high of 88 today, some light winds. Tonight a low in the middle 60s. And then tomorrow we'll see a high in the mid to upper 80s as well. And again, a repeat of today. Some rain and storms will be expected tomorrow. Thank you very much. So for those watching on channel 27, this is what it's going to look like. We'll actually read it off for those. We have the Master of Ceremonies with Navy veteran Jeff Putty, I think, or I cannot pronounce the name. That's not a good start for the broadcast. And then we will have a parade of marshals coming up. That will be Gail Johnson DeVue. Invocation will be James Buell. The pledge to the flag will be American Legion Poppy Princess Ava Hemlicker. And Lucy Osborne will have the Star Spangled Banner from the high school, Fond du Lac High School. Address of welcome will be Dan Fyan, Jeremy Thiesfeld, Rick Patton, Joe Moore, Aaron Goldstein, and Doris Kolsky and Lisa Dobakai. And Patriotic Selection will be Fond du Lac High School Band. David and will be providing a Memorial Day address, along with a salute via taps by the high school band and benediction by James Gould. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance along with the Star Spangled Banner and the Gold Star Mothers. Again, we are TV27, W27AQ, 92.7 WLKE, and WGGQ, 96.7. And there is the podium up there, so we're going to zoom in here. We might actually want to get a center view for our TV audience, as well as our official 92 and 96.7 broadcast here. And there is the Fond du Lac Band as well for those watching on TV 27 as well. This is all the band members that will be playing for the wonderful occasion. Hi!
Can everybody get to set up and we'll get started here shortly. Also, scattered throughout, you'll find some cases of water. Feel free to help yourself if you didn't bring any.
And that will be Dan Flynn. Oh, my apologies. A beautiful attendance here as well for those watching over the air on TV. We might actually have to go into a bit of a shadier spot. I'll just first, as I thought it would. We're gonna go try to do it like this. We're gonna see if we can get a center view here.
Good morning. Welcome to the Memorial Day Remembrance Ceremony. I'm Jeff Putty. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, United States Navy submarine veteran. We have our Grand Marshal this year, Gail Johnson DeVoe, United States Air Force veteran. At this time, I ask everyone to please stand if you can for our invocation from Jim Gill, United States Army veteran, chaplain for American Legion Post 75 in Fond du Lac. I'm covered.
Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, in your hands are the living and the dead. We give you thanks for all those, our comrades, who have laid down their lives in the service of our country. May they rest in peace, and may light perpetual shine upon them. May the good work of seeking justice for the oppressed and peace for all mankind be rewarded with success, that their sacrifice shall not have been in vain. And may we never fail to remember the awesome cost of the freedom that we enjoy. All this we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Jim. We will now recite the Pledge of Allegiance and our Poppy Princess and Poppy Queen, Poppy Princess Ava Humliker and Poppy Queen Lucy Angeles. Please come forward. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of
America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Fond du Lac High School Band will now lead us in the Star Spangled Banner. to welcome everybody. One thing that was pointed out to me many years ago that really stuck with me the first time I did this was a past commander of our post said, just remember, this is not a celebration, this is a remembrance. Please keep that in mind throughout the day and every Memorial Day. We're here to remember those that have given everything for this country. With that, I'm going to introduce State Senator Dan Fein to give an address to the crowd.
Good morning. For many of us, Memorial Day is the annual kickoff to summer. The school year is coming to a close. The weather is getting warmer. Summer vacations are on the horizon. And family and friends are coming together for backyard barbecues and good company. While many of us will spend the day with family and friends enjoying the long weekend, we are reminded of the loss of brave American soldiers as wreaths and flags are placed on gravestones across the country, honoring our fallen heroes. Their precious lives remind us that freedom does not come without a cost. Indeed, it is not free. Countries around the world look to the United States as a beacon of freedom. It is the reason millions of people have made the journey to our country in pursuit of the promise that our Constitution guarantees. The freedom that is guaranteed to every American, regardless of race, religion, or gender. The freedom and liberty that allows us to pursue our version of the American dream. In his inaugural gubernatorial address in 1967, then Governor Ronald Reagan said, "Freedom is a fragile thing. It is not ours by way of inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation, for it comes only once to a people. And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again." Countless Americans throughout the history of our country understood that freedom and liberty are worth defending. Freedom has paved the way for democracy, self-governance, and our way of life. It is a precious gift, and today we are reminded that our freedom does not come without sacrifice. As you enjoy Memorial Day with family and friends, it is important for each of us to remember the true meaning of Memorial Day, a day to pay tribute to fallen Americans who made the ultimate sacrifice to defend freedom and give thought to their families whose sorrow we cannot comprehend. Today we honor our heroes. We honor their memory, honor their valor, and honor their lives that they sacrificed for our country. Our heroes will never be forgotten. Thank you.
Now I'd like to call on Jeremy Thiesfeld, State Representative, for his remarks. Good morning. Good morning. Please listen carefully to the following phrase. A nation that does not honor its heroes will not long endure. This isn't the first time I've uttered that phrase when I've given this speech on Memorial Day. And I think it's so important I'm going to say it one more time just in case you missed it. A nation that does not honor its heroes will not long endure. These are words often attributed to Abraham Lincoln, but some historians believe that they were actually said by author Hugh Gordon Miller in a speech given about our nation's 16th president. Regardless of which person is responsible for being the first to utter this phrase, I find the words no less important, meaningful, and true. It is important for our national character that we teach this to our children. In the history of our nation, over 1.3 million soldiers have died in the service to our nation. These are the people who are worthy of our honor each and every day, and to whom we give special honor today, Memorial Day. The United Kingdom, Belgium, France, Luxembourg, Philippines, Italy, South Korea, Tunisia, the Netherlands. What do all these nations hold in common? Each of these is among the many nations around the globe where American soldiers have bled into the soil and died by the thousands in defense of the rights of others. Why do I mention these 10 nations? These 10 nations are special because in them are the locations of United States military cemeteries, where around 124,000 of America's finest soldiers have been laid for their final rest. It is entirely true that the sun never sets on the gravestones of United States servicemen who have died in the cause of freedom in nearly every corner of the world. In General Colin Powell's career, he was no stranger to the sacrifices of American soldiers who fought at his side and under his command. In referencing the sacrifices of those individuals and the character of the nation in which they serve, General Powell once eloquently stated, "Did we ask for any land? No. The only land we ever asked for was enough land to bury our dead, and that is the kind of nation we are." Cemeteries with the graves of United States service members also exist all over our nation. One does not have to look very hard to find a gravestone decorated with the American flag on this day. A good time to pause for a round of applause for our emergency service providers. One does not have to look very hard to find a gravestone decorated with the American flag on this day. Most of these soldiers did not die in battle. My brother and my father would qualify for this type of service. They faithfully served, took off the uniform, returned to their family and friends, and lived a largely normal American life. These soldiers are worthy of our honor and thanks as well. But today, we offer special honor to those who never took off the uniform, but instead gave their lives while representing us. Many in places far from home, some of them with gravestones inscribed, "An American soldier known but to God." Many mark today as the unofficial beginning of summer. Americans love to travel in the summer, and this weekend is no exception. To all of you here today, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to be here to honor those who have given their lives for the cause of freedom. But I want to encourage you further. Go to a cemetery today. If not today, pick another day. And when able, take a special trip to a military cemetery. If you are blessed enough to be able to travel to one of the countries I mentioned earlier, plan a stop at an international American military cemetery to pay your respects. The soldiers resting there traveled to the same place as you, but for entirely different reasons, and never came home. I truly hope that I have the opportunity to visit such a place one day, and I hope to see you there as well, honoring our American heroes. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Jeremy. At this time, I'd like to introduce Rick Patton, United States Army veteran, Honolulu County Veteran Service Officer. and the guy who sets this up every year.
Good morning, and thank you, Jeremy. You stole part of my thunder. Thank you for coming here today to honor those who gave the ultimate sacrifice in support of our nation's freedoms. Normally, Alan Beekle would be up here, our county executive, giving the welcome for Fond du Lac County. Unfortunately, he passed away recently. He was a man of great integrity and character, and a strong supporter of our veterans and veteran-related activities and causes. Most of you may not know that Alan actually did serve in the military. He was in the 432nd Civil Affairs Battalion, Army Reserve out of Green Bay. In his absence, I was asked to, as a county veteran service officer, to welcome all of you to this event today, and I'm honored to do that. You could have had other things to do, yard work, boating, family picnics. Instead, you took the time to come here today and honor those who put their lives on the line to serve our country but never made it back. May they rest in peace. If you get the chance, I do encourage you, as Jeremy said, to go to one of our more than 50 cemeteries in this county, or one of the 3 state veteran cemeteries, or one of the 2 national cemeteries that are in Wisconsin. The state cemeteries are in Union Grove, King, and Spooner. The 2 national cemeteries are Milwaukee, which is Wood Cemetery, and a brand new one that's up in Harshaw, between Rhinelander and Minocqua, called the Northwoods National Cemetery. Any veteran who served can honorably be interred in any of those cemeteries. If you ever go, it'll change your life. You'll never forget. We do have veterans who have been buried in all 5 of those state and national cemeteries, including the Northwoods National Cemetery, the newest one. I want to thank you for your commitment to coming here today and honor their sacrifices. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Joe Moore, Colonel, United States Army, retired, Fond du Lac City Manager. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be with you this morning. I was thinking as we were playing the national anthem that there are probably a lot of veterans that were killed in action that are looking down on this service, so thankful that we haven't forgotten them. Since 9/11, I had the burden to attend many a memorial service. Sometimes I officiated. As I stand here before you, I can't tell you how proud I am of you for being here today and reminding all of us that we have not forgotten, that no one's death was in vain. And it's a beautiful day today. It's a beautiful day to remember those who died in military service for the United States of America. But although it's a beautiful day, it represents many bad days, many sad days. For example, only a son or a daughter dying in service to our country qualifies their mom as a Gold Star mother, and we honor them too. We honor all of those family members who've lost service members. I wish there wasn't a need to be here, but there is, because we have to remember and we have to honor those who've died in service to our country. They swore an oath to defend the Constitution, and they died in service to that oath. Funerals and memorial services for service members killed in action end, just like our service here will end this morning, with the playing of taps. I can't think of another song like it. It's a song that honors death from service. And when you think of it that way, can there be any higher honor bestowed upon someone than the playing of taps in their memory because of their sacrifice. So that's why we're gathered here today, ladies and gentlemen, to honor the men and women who died defending our country, performing whatever duty and whatever mission they've been given, no matter where it was. It is for them that taps will be played today because they earned it, and we can never forget that. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. This time, I'd like to introduce Aaron Goldstein, Fond du Lac City Police Chief, our new City Police Chief. Aaron?
Just checking in. Good morning. I had to check. Thank you for inviting me to this sacred ceremony. It's an honor to be standing before you this morning. I am grateful that we have come together on this Memorial Day to show we will never forget our heroic members of the United States Armed Forces who gave their lives in the service and protection of our great nation. Our nation has set aside today as a day of remembrance, honor, and tribute to some of our nation's best. This Memorial Day, let us all focus on our undying commitment to honor and remember our fallen and the sacrifices they made. We must continue to share their stories in our community, in our neighborhoods, and in our households to remember each hero who sacrificed for the rest of us. Some of you in the audience today have had family members, loved ones, and friends lose their lives while serving in our armed forces. Some of you have even personally experienced the heartbreak and pain of that knock on the door with news that your loved one was killed in action. To those of you who have been in that position, my heart goes out to you. To all of you, I offer prayers of support, togetherness, and strength. Regardless of how long ago your family member, loved one, or friend made the ultimate sacrifice, I hope that you always experience the feelings of our gratitude that you so deeply deserve on this day of honor and tribute. To those that are currently serving in the United States Armed Forces, to those that have previously served in the United States Armed Forces, and to the surviving family members of our nation's fallen heroes, thank you. Thank you for your service and incredible sacrifices. On behalf of the Fond du Lac Police Department family, I want to thank you all for taking the time to come together today. I hope and pray that this day of remembrance somehow helps you with the peace and healing that you need to keep moving forward. God bless you all, and God bless America.
At this time, it is my great honor to introduce our two Gold Star mothers, Doris Kozlowski and Lisa Dobegay, our Gold Star mothers who lost their sons in service to this country. So I'd like everyone to give a warm welcome to both Doris and Lisa.
Every year, I tell Doris she's going to be in charge of the speech this year. And every year she tells me no. Our sons died 50 years apart. Doris has lost her son 55 years ago, and we lost our son 15 years ago. So thank you for coming out and remembering them. Thank you to everyone who puts so much effort into organizing this event each and every year. It does mean a lot to all Gold Star families to know that their loved ones will never be forgotten. Thank you to all of you for making it a tradition to coming to this event. And we would ask that you please pass that along to your children and your grandchildren and your neighbors and your neighbor kids, because we do not want to be a nation who forgets. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Doris and Lisa. At this time, the Fond du Lac High School Band will perform a patriotic selection. Before I introduce our guest speaker, I found something the other day that is very short. It's 8 lines long that I thought was very appropriate for today. Please bear with me. As our nation commemorates this Memorial Day, may we each take a moment to honor the fallen, remember the brave, and reflect on the high cost of these precious freedoms so many take for granted. At this time, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker today, Dave Wege, teacher, Civil War historian, father to combat wounded veteran, and founding member, USA Patriots, Josh Wege. This time, Dave Wege, please come forward.
Good solemn morning to all of you. I'd like to begin by offering humble thanks for the privilege of being here before you this morning on this cool and balmy Wisconsin day. We'll get started with a quote from our 16th president. The mystic cords of memory, stretching from every battlefield and patriotic grave to every living heart and hearthstone all over this broad land, will yet swell the chorus of the Union when again touched. As surely they will be by the better angels of our nature. Now, Abraham Lincoln spoke those words on March 4th, 1861, in his first inaugural address. In over 620,000 combat deaths, every single one an American. In our nation's wars since then, combat losses have tallied 116,516 in the Great War, 405,399 in World War II, and 33,686 in Korea. Vietnam claimed 58,209 Americans and still harvests its victims today. Iraq took another 4,400 lives, and Afghanistan saw 1,086 servicemen and servicewomen sacrifice their lives on the altar of freedom. That loss of life totals a staggering 1,239,300 souls. And these figures are just the commonly accepted numbers. The actual total is probably much higher. Those numbers I shared are stark in black and white. They're easy to understand as numbers can be, but so truly hard to comprehend. I believe, my friends, that is because the numbers are not just digits and commas, but the names of real people written in red. Americans often take a moment of silence to remember the fallen. So I'm going to ask you to take a 10-second pause at this moment. If we took such a 10-second pause for each of the lives lost in our nation's wars, we would have 3,442 and a half hours of silence. That's almost 144 days in which the silence would be broken only by the snapping of the flag in the wind and the quiet tears of family for whom no remedy has ever been found for their losses. That number grows even larger when we add the losses from America's little wars, the conflicts that are often forgotten. This would include the War of 1812, the wars against Native Americans, the war with Mexico, and the Philippine-American War, among others. These so-called little wars easily add another 36,000 lives lost to the grand total. That's another 100 hours of silence. And America's war for independence would add a further 31,000 deaths. More silence on an eternal clock. A Facebook search yielded multiple memes related to this day, and one of them struck me really hard with an application for today's solemnity that is just spot on. It reminded us that today is the most expensive holiday on the calendar. Why is that the case? It is because every hot dog, brat, or burger, every spin around the lake, every meal with family or friends, each ice cream that melts the blood of the bone right down your arm, and every drink raised in a toast is actually a sacred debt. That debt is the price of freedom offered by those who paid through sacrifice and blood for the many rights we enjoy and which we too often take for granted. This day is in honor of those who signed on the exact same dotted line on which many in this assembly honorably recorded their own names, whose moms never saw them again, whose dads wept in private, whose children remember them only through faded pictures. This is the day we take a deep breath, inhale the sweet air of freedom, and thank those who gave their all so that we can have what we call America. I started today with a quote from Abraham Lincoln. The final quote is in order. It was given at the dedication of the monument to the men of Maine at a little place called Gettysburg, a place called Little Round Top. Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain spoke these words. In great deeds, something abides. On great fields, something stays. Forms change and pass, bodies disappear, but spirits linger to consecrate ground for the vision place of the souls. Generations that know us not and that we know not of, heart proud to see where and by whom great things were suffered and done for them, shall come to this deathless field to ponder and dream, and lo, the shadow of a mighty presence shall wrap them in its bosom, and the power of the vision pass into their souls. I was told to keep this short because of the heat. It's all closed here. And in closing, may God bless you all. May God bless this great nation. And may his angels always escort warriors. Thank you, David.
This time, high school band from the arm. Veterans, please rise and feel free to salute when your song is played. prize for honor firing and taps. And salute. I'm now calling Jim Gilligan for the benediction.
Let us go forth into the world in peace and dedicated for your service, O Lord. Let us go fast, that which is good. Render to no man evil for evil. Strengthen the family heart. Support the weak, help the needy and the afflicted, and honor all men. Let us love and serve the Lord, rejoicing in the power of his Spirit, and may God's blessings be upon us and remain with us always. Amen.
Raise flag. And salute. High off. Two. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up today. Just a reminder, at the American Legion down on Fond du Lac Avenue, there is a rock ride free for all veterans and open to the public. Please show up. There is also another tradition nationwide at 3 o'clock is a moment of silence. And we also do a ceremony down at the Legion starting approximately 2:35 today, ending at 3 o'clock for that moment of silence. Please show up. It's very, very moving. I do say so myself. And please show up and join us for this remembrance. Again, thank you for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
And again, that was the Memorial Day Parade and the Memorial Day Ceremony right here on TV 27W, 27AQ, and 92 and 96.7. We're gonna send it back over to Exchange at 104 Studios, aka the Combined Building. Thank you for joining us this Memorial Day, and let us never forget all the brave men and women who have fought and those who are continuing to fight, as well as those who have fallen. I'm Ian Holman. This is W27AQ TV 27 and 92 and 96.7. We're going to head it back off to the Combined Building right here on 92, 96.7, and also on TV 27. We'll actually be up at the studio in just a minute.